In the early 2000s, still early on in the internet's history, online chat services were incredibly popular. It seemed as though everyone had an AOL Instant Messenger account back in my middle school days. This was just one of the abundant and extremely popular chat services, many of which allowed the anonymous chatting between users. With the development of this technical affordance also comes added consequence. I'm going to explain what several of these consequences are and what the solution is for balancing users' freedom through anonymity and the need for regulation online. I will prove that user regulation is the best option for monitoring and controlling the problems associated with internet anonymity. One of the major consequences of anonymity online is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a term that describes the use of digital technologies to perform deliberate, repeated, and hostile behavior that intends to harm others. These hateful online actions have become ingrained in our online behavior, and unfortunately, these actions have serious and sometimes detrimental real-world effects. Lisa Nakamura, a University of Michigan researcher and professor, discusses cyberbullying in her article Glitch Racism. She explains that online racism, a form of cyberbullying, is actually an effect of the internet's ability to provide both a cover and an alibi. In other words, it allows people to say things that wouldn't otherwise be said. People are much more apt to make mean comments if their identity is not associated with those comments. A similar sentiment is made by the gift theory, or greater internet fuckwad theory, which attributes the internet's format as being to blame for the abusive and disrespectful interactions and claims that the things said online don't illustrate the true intentions, feelings, or opinions of users. While I find this to be an incredibly technologically deterministic viewpoint, it's worth recognizing that online interactions have drastic differences between users with known identities and anonymous users. Another form of cyberbullying that can result from internet anonymity is doxing. It involves the deliberate leaking of someone's personal information, such as home address, birth date, or phone number, which would otherwise be kept private. Often people will use doxing to serve as punishment for someone's prior actions. An important example of this is the Gamergate controversy, and while this is a very complex issue, it basically has involved threats, information leaking, and harassment of several high-profile women in the video game community. The cyberbullying has taken place primarily over social media and is incredibly anti-feminist and misogynistic in nature. Now, there are also many great things that result from internet anonymity. Social activism can result from said anonymity. The group known as Anonymous, while often receiving a bad rap as being a problem-causing hacktivist group, has had many positive campaigns. Recently, Operation Safe Winter, an anonymous group effort, has worked to raise awareness of the homeless population and help to form community potlucks to feed those people. While this group is very diverse, their belief in staying anonymous but involved in the collective has had huge results. Another positive result of internet anonymity comes in the form of social support. As esteemed internet researcher Nancy Baim explains, online communities provide people with access to social support without the problems and threat of close relationships. They can gain comfort and security, positive esteem support, or advice and guidance without risking too much through self-disclosure. So the issue that results is cyberbullying and other negative consequences associated with internet anonymity need to be reduced and regulated while also allowing people to have the freedom and privacy that comes with being anonymous online. The key is to strike an ideal balance between privacy and regulation. I propose that user regulation is the best possible solution to maintain an ideal balance between the two. User regulation allows for freedom through anonymity while putting the policy power in the hands of the online community's users. This has been a recent trend in anonymous user websites and applications such as Reddit, Whisper, Secret, Yik Yak, and Facebook rooms. Many of these technologies allow for users to report any posts that include abusive content or spam, which alerts the creators or site's monitoring team. For example, Yik Yak is an anonymous social media app that allows users to post, comment, and up and downvote other posts, or yaks. This app shows how user regulation can help control harassing posts. If a yak receives a net total of 5 downvotes, the yak is deleted from the app. This allows for the users to control what is seen and even report more heinous posts. The best part about this option is that it still allows people the right of freedom of speech, but if it violates or offends a large number of viewers on the community, they will remove it from viewing. The key is to have control possessed by the users to decide what they want in their online communities. It is simply not realistic to rely on individual users to monitor their posts. People will post whatever they want to post, but by giving their fellow users the opportunity to decide what stays and what goes, the community fits the vision of the users. Now, I won't go as far as to say that this is a perfect solution to the problems associated with internet anonymity. I don't think that one really exists. However, I believe that user regulation is the best way to balance the need for privacy and regulation on the internet. I hope that this vlog has been informative and that you too now believe that the user regulation is the necessary direction the internet should be moving toward. Thanks.